MS Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences.
Dear students, today in this session we will be studying about the external timer 8253 and how to interface it with 8086 microprocessor. In 8253 there are 6 modes of operation, namely mode 0 set output bit when timer done, mode 1 programmable one shot, mode 2 rate generator, mode 3 square wave generator, mode 4 software triggered pulse, mode 5 hardware triggered pulse. Based on the requirement, one of the mode is selected. Diagram shows the pin configuration of 8253. 8253 has 3 timers and 24 pins. Pin 1 to pin 8 are data pins. Pin 9, 10 and 11 are clock pin, output pin and gate pin of timer 0 respectively. Similarly, pin 13, 14 and 15 for timer 1 and 16, 17 and 18 for timer 2 respectively. Pin 19 and 20, that is A0 and A1, is used to select any respective timer or counter. Pin number 21 is the chip select bit. Pin number 22 is the read-write pin, read pin. Pin number 23 is write pin. Pin number 24 and 12 are VCC and ground respectively. Table shows the values of A0 and A1 for which respective timers or counters are selected. That is, when A1 and A0 is 00, counter 0 is selected. When A1 and A0 is 01, counter 1 is selected. When A1 and A0 is 10, then counter 2 is selected. When both the bits are 11, then control word register is selected. Now let us see what the control word register means. So this control word register is an 8-bit register which is used to configure, select and operate the timers. The first 2 bits, that is D7 and D6, are used to select a particular timer or counter. D3, D2 and D1 bits are mode select pins. So D7 and D6 bits, that is SC1 and SC0, as you can see, both the bits are 00, then counter 0 is selected, both the bits are these bits are 01, then counter 1 is selected, and 10, the counter 2 is selected. When both the bits are 11, then it is an illegal command. When these 3 bits, that is M2, M1 and M0 are 000, then mode 0 is selected. When these bits are 001, mode 1 is selected. When these bits are don't care 10, mode 2 is selected. In this case, this don't care number can be either 1 or 0. Then don't care 11, mode 3 will be selected. 100, mode 4 will be selected. 101, mode 5 will be selected. Pin number D4 and D5 are read-write pins. So these pins RW1 and RW0, when these 2 bits are 00, the counter latch command is selected. When these bits are 01, read or write least significant byte only is selected. When these bits are 10, read or write most significant byte only is selected. When these bits are 11, read or write least significant byte first, then most significant byte is selected. Usually the BCD bit will be 0, that is when it is in 0 position, the binary counter 16 bits is selected. If it is 1 binary coded decimal, BCD counter 4 decades is selected. So as an example, if we want the timer to be initialized in mode 0 using counter 2, then the respective numbers to be loaded in the control word register is 10110000, that is B0 in hexadecimal. As you can see, First two pins D7 and D6 will be set to 1 0 to select the counter 2. Read RW1, RW0 are now normally 1 1 and M2, M1, M0. These bits are made 0 0 0 for mode 0 operation, and BCD bit is made 0. It is normally taken as 0.
Hello students, today in this session we will be studying about how to interface the timer using 8086 kit. So to start with the experiment, let us see what all the components required for this experiment. As a first step, there is 8253 timer kit. This is 8253 study guard which consists of timer IC. So as you can see, this is the reset button, the blue color button over here. And this is the 50 pin connector, this is 26 pin connector, and these are the LEDs. Then there is a 50 pin flat pin cable. So this is the 50 pin connector where one end is connected to the 8086 kit and one more end is connected to the timer kit, and 26 pin flat pin cable. So this is the 26 pin connector where one end is connected to 8086 kit and the other end is connected to timer kit and 8086 kit. So in 8086 kit we will be using CN1, for which we will be connecting 50 pin connector, and CN2 is selected, for which we will be connecting 26 pin connector, and this is for serial communication. RS232 will be connected here. Then this is for power supply, connecting the power supply. This is reset button, and this is USB connector to connect the keyboard. This is display and the dip switch. 8086 keyboard. So this is 8086 keyboard where the highlighted keys are used for programming. Power supply. So this is the power supply. The pin of this is connected to 8086 kit, and RS232 cable. So this is RS232 cable which is used for serial communication. One end of it is connected to the CPU of the computer and the other end is connected to 8086 kit. Now let us start the connection. So as a first step, let us connect the 50 pin flat pin cable from the timer IC. This should be placed in such a way that this slot should be accompanied by this notch. The other end of this should be connected to the 8086 kit. This should be connected in such a way that this red line should be facing the one of the 8086. Next, let us connect the 26 pin flat pin cable. So as a first step, let us connect the 26 pin to the timer. Then the other end is connected to CN2 of 8086 kit. So this red notch is facing towards 1. Now let us connect RS232 serial communication cable. First let us connect this to the 8086 kit, and the other end is connected to the CPU of the computer. Now take the power supply and connect it to 8086 kit. Now connect the keyboard to the 8086 kit. Now turn on the power supply. Once the connections are done, now we need to download the hex file from the computer into the 8086 kit. For that, first we need to write the program in the computer and then generate the hex file. Let us see how that hex file is generated in the computer now. Now double click on ALS 8086 folder. Now click on x8086. Now go to the right click and go to new, create a new text document. Double click on new text document. This is the space where you need to write the program. Since we have already copied the program, let us paste the program. Once this program is written, now go to file, give save as, give the file name. So let us give the file name as timer.asm. This file should always be having the extension on as .asm. Give save. Close this. Once this is done, we can see a .asm file has been generated. Now click on x8086.exe. Now it is asking for destination. Give D. Type D. Enter. Now it is asking whether the cross compiler file has to be generated. Whether yes or no it is asking. Let us give Y, which means yes. So enter. Once this is done, it will ask for the input file name. Input file name is timer.asm. Let us type that and give enter. Once this is done, it will ask for output file name. Give enter. Once this is done, you can see the LST file is created and OBJ file is created. So now double click on timer.lst file. So in this file, scroll down so that you can see whether there are any errors or not. So in our programs there are 0 errors. Close the window. Now go to link.exe, double click on that. Now input file name it is asking, so let us give timer.obj. Since the object file is generated, we should give timer.obj. Give enter. Once this is done, it will ask for the offset code. Offset code is mentioned in the program as 0000. So let us enter that and give enter. Again it is asking for offset code for D segment. Again it is 0000. Give enter. Again it is asking for C segment offset code. So it is also 0000. Enter. Once this is done, it will ask for input file name again. Give enter. Output file name again. Give enter. Then it is asking for what type of file needs to be generated. So hex file we want. So type there as H. Give enter. Once this is done, your hex file is being generated. As you can see here, timer.hex file is generated. Close the window. Now double click on the talk software which is present on the desktop. Make sure that 1 and 5 of the dip switch is in high position. After that, go to options, give connect. Once this is done, give reset. Once you give reset, this message will be displayed, which indicates that the 8086 kit is connected there. Then go to file, give download the hex file, then select the ALS 8086 software folder. From there select x8086. Then timer.hex, the hex file is selected and give open. Once you get this symbol, so the hex file is being transferred into 8086 kit. Once the hex file is transferred into 8086 kit, bring back the dip switch from 1 and 5 to 1 and 7. Now press reset and then press exam byte, that is E. Then in exam byte, store the number as 4000. Then give next, so that you can store the number as 00 here. Then again give next. In 4001 location, we need to store the number as 01. Again give next. Then again press reset. Then press go. and give the memory location as 5000. Once you give enter, keep an eye on this second LED. So that will be off for some time and it gets switched on again. So this completes the interfacing of timer using 8086 kit. Thank you.
At MSR UAS, we spark your imagination unlike any other.